Welcome to Holistic Human Performance Podcast. My name is Jenna Bradshaw, where we talk all things holistic health, wellness, spirituality, fitness, meditation, energetics, and so much more to help you become the healthiest version of yourself. Let's dive in. This is not medical advice. This is simply to help you on your journey through health, fitness, and wellness. I hope this helps. You can complement this with anything that you are doing currently in your life. Enjoy. The holidays are here. We are so excited. We absolutely love the holiday time. However, we know how taxing it can be energetically. Everyone's running around. There's chaos going all around you. And sometimes it really is challenging to remove yourself from all of that. And that's why we are here to support you every step of the way at Holistic Human Performance. And we are doing 25% off the entire site. Yes, 25% off our app, our holistic shop, our coaching sessions, astrology readings, all of it. 25% off so that you can support yourself as best as possible and also give the gift of healing and health to somebody else as well who really needs it. We are here for you. Let us know. I will put all of this in the description below, and have happy holidays from our family to yours. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another solo episode. I'm back. It's been a minute. I had kind of a maternity leave from the podcast, so I'm glad to be back. As I'm filming this, I'm basically 3 months postpartum. So I want to catch you up where I've been, what I've been doing, how the baby's doing. We got so much to talk about. So let's get into it. So yay, I'm back, kind of doing solo episodes, trying my best. Usually I'm pretty good with weekly posting of the podcast. However, it's been challenging lately, as I navigate motherhood and entrepreneurship. So bear with me. I posted on social media about my birth experience. I've been getting so many questions. So I wanted to get into it in depth on this podcast because it was quite a journey. My pregnancy was phenomenal. For those of you who have, heard on my prior podcast episodes, been great. First trimester, typical, just not really vibing with food, not totally feeling great, but once after that, it was fantastic until it wasn't, which was literally when I was supposed to give birth. So I ended up having to get an emergency C-section, which was extremely traumatic and, definitely scary, but I will say with all of the tools and practices that I live by and integrate into my daily life, it truly helped me on such a level I cannot even describe. What I do and what I teach is literally for when life unexpectedly smacks you in the face, sometimes punches you in the face. And it's for you to be able to handle the capacity of life, the duality of life. It's been a roller coaster, but I truly have been able to maintain this grounded, calm era as I go through this. And I just want to share that with you because I think it's so important, especially for mothers, to note that it's okay to be emotional. It's okay to give space to your emotions. It's okay to also ask for help. I've had to seriously slow down so much as just being an entrepreneur. It's 24/7, right? And I knew, however, I think that this is the make it or break it for businesses and for entrepreneurs. What kind of lifestyle do you want to live? What was that main intention? And I've really kept that the focus. And I'm really grateful I did because now being in this era of where I'm at in life and where I'm at in business, where I'm at in motherhood, it truly helped me on such a level. where I can have days where I'm like, I'm not feeling great. I'm not really I'm going to cater to me today. So that's cool. Um, so basically, what ended up happening was I was considered quote unquote late, which by the way, don't let them freak you out with like the terms of like being late. If you and baby are good, there's really nothing to be concerned about. Obviously, this is not medical advice. However, I'm just gonna give you my experience and what I learned throughout the whole process. I've learned so much that I'm literally going to be creating a program for women preconception, pregnancy, postpartum, because it's not really integrated. Like, I want to be able to go somewhere where it's like all just there and I can learn all about it without being overwhelmed. And I was able to find some of that, but was overwhelming, and I had to really be and practice discernment of like, yes, this is gonna work. I like this. No, this is not gonna work. I don't really trust this. So that goes with your doctors, that goes with where you're giving birth, that goes with your entire pregnancy. And you really need to tap into your body and your intuition while you're going through it, because nobody knows your body better than you, and you have to lean into that. Also, by the way, if you hear wind chimes in the background, that's me. I'm playing it for baby girl because she loves it and she can nap with it on, so it works. Shout out to Relax Tones for your automatic wind chime. It is freaking awesome. Anyways, so um yeah, so basically it's just like being a sovereign being and learning about your body, yourself. Like ladies, we're not taught this growing up. Like this is unless you're like born into it, which I mean I kind of was because my mom had five kids and like we all turned out really great. Not to toot our own horns, but they did a really good job, and my mom has more of a holistic perspective as well. So that really is something where I learned it, in the home. And I want to do that with my baby girl as well, who, by the way, is so healthy, so cute. She's 3 months now, and she comes with me everywhere. I freaking am obsessed with her and love her so much. So I'm sure you guys have seen her around. She comes out with me. So yeah, but basically what ended up happening was with the emergency C-section, I went in on the 20th of August, and I was like, all right, like I'm in and out of what they call Braxton Hicks, which is contractions, but it's not like when you're an active contraction, which is like another level basically. And so I'm like, this is so annoying. I called my OB. I said, can I come in and try to do like I was 41 weeks, by the way. And a lot of places don't let you go past that. So I was 41 weeks, and basically the doctor was like, don't come here, go to the hospital. You're already 41 weeks. So we go to the hospital. Okay, which was great in a way because I got the lay of the land of what, and I, they had my information. So like when push came to shove, like it was all settled basically with the paperwork and whatnot. So um, I'm able to like walk around. Movement is literally number one when it comes to like life, but in general, when you are in labor, movement, movement, movement. So we go in there. I was like, oh, can you do an internal sweep? Which, if for those of you who don't know, it's basically a way to get your prostaglandins going so that you can move labor along in a more quote unquote natural way. So they did that. And by the time I got there, I was 3 centimeters. And then they were like, all right, let's check your fluid levels. Because if I was like, if all was going good at this point, I would have been like, all right, I'm going back home and I'm just gonna labor at home. Which I highly recommend if you can, just labor for as long as possible at home, unless your water breaks, of course. So they checked my fluid levels, and this is kind of rare. My fluid level was high. So basically, they told me, all right, your fluid level is high. We recommend you be in a controlled environment in case your water does break, because basically, what it could act like is a vacuum seal and it could just like basically detach the placenta, which is not good, which ironically enough would end in an emergency C-section. Okay. I'm like, all right, well, I'm staying here. Like, I'm just like over this. Let's just like get the show on the road. So, they were so amazing. I went to NYU Langone, on Long Island, and it was just they were angels. They were amazing. And for those of you who listened to my earlier podcast, when I first got pregnant, I really wanted to do a home birth. Unfortunately, that wasn't in the cards for me, but that's okay. So we move further along. I then I'm 4 centimeters. They come to me and they say, all right, listen, same situation. You have a choice now. You can either nick the sac, which is basically it's not as painful as you think. You nick the embiotic sac so that the water naturally kind of drips out. So it has this effect where they can bring the baby's head down so it's right on the pelvic floor and the cervix. So basically, it mitigates the risk of her shoulder potentially, cutting off the umbilical cord, which ironically enough would end up in an emergency C-section. Okay. So moving along. So I said, yes, let's do it. So we did that. Then the contractions started. My Lord, I have never felt pain like this. I mean, listen, I've been through some shit in my life, but damn, this was another level because pregnancy, like, this isn't a disease. This is just like what a woman's body fucking does, and it's crazy. Um, I am so proud of my body and what I went through and the bounce back. Like, it's a true testament to a specific way of living, truly. So moving along, I am in my goal. Like, I was open to an epidural, and listen, yes, I am holistic. However, at the end of the day, like, if you're about to faint from pain, I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. Okay. So I'm a big proponent of the combination of modern medicine, Western medicine with Eastern medicine and ancient practices. It got to a point where I was in labor for so long and I was pretty much like stalled out at 5 centimeters. And at one point, I remember looking at my mom and I was like, I think I'm gonna faint. Like, I think I need the epidural. She was like, just do it. So, got the epidural. In my mind, I'm thinking, all right. And they say, you could relax further and all the things. So, I said, okay. We did that, helped a lot. And then I think I was in labor for like 25 hours, seriously. Towards the end, basically what ended up happening was her heart rate kept decelerating. It happened like 5 times and they kept prepping me. They tried everything. And by the way, I was not induced with Pitocin or anything. They tried it at the end to see if we can, get the contractions moving because I wasn't moving past 5 centimeters for almost 25 hours. And they were like, listen, if baby girl if this happens again, we're gonna have to do an emergency C-section. So I was prepped for that, but damn, they tried everything to get me to have a natural birth, which I'm really appreciative of. And so happened like 5 times, the heart rate decels, but I intuitively knew nothing was wrong with her and nothing was wrong with me. So they prepped me. I swear they whisked me out of there at the last point. It like that baby was out of me in 15 minutes, like no joke. I was hysterically crying. I was like literally talking to myself, Jenna, calm down. You can do this. Breathe, surrender to the process. It is what it is. We're doing it. So, I threw up on the table. Like, I was all sorts of effed up. Baby was healthy. She was, just it was amazing. It was just such an amazing experience. Birth like truly takes you through a portal and you're a completely different person on the other side. There's no going back basically. Like, I am a completely new person. I'm in limbo right now trying to figure out motherhood and my life and where I'm headed and where I'm going and what's up, what's down. It's crazy. But everything after that was amazing. But the recovery was extremely difficult. holy shit, that surgery was tough. And I mean, I've had surgery, I went through thyroid cancer, I had surgery on my neck. That was, but this was woof, wow. I started walking like very soon after. And I'm breastfeeding, solely breastfeeding. So like I was in pain breastfeeding, but what I will say is breastfeeding actually helps the uterus to contract and shrink. So kudos to breastfeeding. So yeah, that's pretty much where we're at. And now I'm in the season of like, what's going on? How can I just really just savor this beautiful time with my newborn? Thought I heard baby girl crying. Okay, I'm back. So yeah, it's been a roller coaster ride and it's very confronting. So postpartum is, that's technically the fourth trimester. It is very confronting. So many things have come up for me, and I'm just so glad that I've leaned into the tools that I know help me, that work, that make me feel damn good. It sucked because I had to be on medication after, making sure that there were no blood clots, after a major surgery like that. So it was really like I had to start, no joke, from like the jump, ground level zero. And again, it's a true testament to all of this lifestyle working. Like it fucking works. So I really leaned into meditation, into breath work. I started off with, moving my arms in bed when like right after surgery. And then but I was in the hospital for like 5 days. So I was walking. Like I made sure to walk. And baby girl came with me, like I was walking around, moving. And I just kept going. Like it didn't even like the doubts didn't enter my mind because again, it's just like discipline at this point of like it's just ingrained in me. This is why I talk about it. It's so important. Like this lifestyle, once you get it down, it's ingrained in you and you're passing it down generationally. Um, and it's just really, really amazing to see the results happen so rapidly. And I just kept moving, getting outside because I gave birth in August. So I was, in the New York area. It was still beautiful here. And I'm just so grateful to be able to hold her and be with her and the lifestyle that I've set up where I can do what I love, make money, and cater to and be a present mother. I think that's really awesome. And I think more women should know about this. Like you can do whatever you want to do. It's just you need to know what you want. You need to be clear on your wants, your needs, your desires. Because then if you get to this point, it's like an identity crisis and you're like, who the hell am I and what am I doing with my life? And it can be very jolting to the nervous system, especially being so energetically sensitive in the postpartum era. Okay. So what I did was once I was able to, I was doing virtual energy healing sessions. I was seeing my shaman. I was going to acupuncture, still doing all those things, by the way. Um, Massage, seeing my girl who does massage therapy, aromatherapy, like making sure that I really nurtured and filled up my cup. Obviously, food is thy medicine, so that's like number one. Slowly and surely started to get back into strength training. So I'm strength training and I'm sprinting and I'm running and it's fucking awesome. So I'm really excited about all of that. But emotionally, it's this roller coaster with your hormones that are just up and down and up and down. So making sure that you're also supplementing, make sure you speak with your physician, but in terms of what's safe for the baby, if you are breastfeeding, supplements that really cater and nourish to your body. So I'm still taking my prenatals, which have everything in there. I really enjoy the Needed brand. I think they're freaking awesome. Um, so yeah, that's pretty much like the long story short, not so short story of my pregnancy into postpartum. I just wanted to catch you all up with where I'm at and what I'm doing. And now I'm so focused on teaching other people this work, especially moms, because if your cup is not full, it's going to be very hard to take care of your family. And just knowing that there is another way to live. You can thrive. You don't have to be in survival mode. And it's just a matter of really integrating and practicing each and every day to become 1% better. Just pick one thing that you know helps you become better. And start it and do it in the morning. Like set yourself up for success. Like really fuel your inner world before you give to the external world. Because I'll say you are a portal after you give birth. Your energy is so open. Oh, this is what I wanted to mention as well. I did a bone closing ceremony after, and it was phenomenal to experience. So you really want to do this like after 40 days, where you're closing up your womb, you're closing up your energy because you're just literally cracked open after giving birth. And it's a good way to call your energy back, cleanse your energy, get grounded again, get clear-minded, calm that nervous system down, regulate the emotions. And I highly recommend doing that after you give birth, for sure. Um, and then just the support of your team, right? Creating your team, right? Do you have a lactation consultant? Do you have healers? Do you have a naturopath? I'm taking my daughter specifically to a holistic pediatrician. And it's just amazing to see how when you really focus on what you want and listen to your intuition, the magic that unfolds is just you become like unstoppable. I feel I'm a whole new person, and it does take a village. It absolutely takes a village, and lean into that. Ask for help. It's okay to ask for help. And for those who are, for the mamas out there who are entrepreneurs, you know, really bring your energy back to yourself so that you can be more creative. And when you're more creative, you get $1 million ideas. So lean into that. I have more to say, but I'm gonna make a part two. But stay tuned because I am working on behind the scenes. I'm so excited for 2026 and what we're headed into. We have so many cool things coming up. Um, at Holistic Human Performance, at Fearless Founders, Long Island Network Community, and stay tuned for all of that. But I'm creating a program for all the mamas out there, soon to be mamas, so don't worry. Um, and if you need help, reach out, ask me questions, topics you want to hear about. I'm going to lean into more of the solo episodes, so I would love to hear from you all about what you're interested in listening to and topics you're excited to talk about. So we'll talk soon, and be sure to like, share, subscribe, share with friends, leave reviews, please. It really helps the podcast to get out there and other people hear it and go big. So we'll talk soon. Bye.